by the opportunity we're making tonight here at APA headquarters to bring flowers to those who have long been in bloom, but yet have not had their names called. That this is an opportunity to right rights and right wrongs for those who have toiled in the vineyards of service, have been supported in the vineyards of service, and for whatever reason, they have not yet had their names called. Many of the folks who are being recognized tonight were responsible for me being a 2022 U.S. Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. And I was given an opportunity to make some nominations, and when I was given that opportunity, it was a more awesome responsibility than even trying to qualify for the award itself, because the magnitude of the moment hit me, not just the opportunity to receive these recognition awards, but the opportunity to thank folks who championed me through the decades and across the miles. And so many of those awardees I have known since Ronald Reagan was president. Names never called. Worked with him when H.W. Bush was in office. Names never called. Through the ages, as presidents changed, Clinton came. We had a great time, made a lot of money. Names never called. Another Bush came. Names never thought of. Names never called. Obama. Some names, but none of our names ever called. 8 years, names never called. Nobody was asking for recognition between 2016 and 2020, but still names were never called. People put their head down like, I'm just gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. Good Lord willing, my name one day will be called. Well, that night is tonight. And the person who's responsible is Dr. Beverly. And for those of you who've never met Dr. Beverly, she is a force in and of herself. Yes. A supernova and the big sister of John P. Key. Now, one of the things we were able to do tonight is to not only recognize awardees, but we want to thank all the friends and family who took time out. Dr. Key and I intentionally planned this award for what we call CBC Thursday, because we knew some people would be here. And why have this next week or last week when we knew people were coming to town intentionally to serve and to continue to be served? So for you to be able to recognize during CBC week, while this isn't an official CBC activity, we mean it here. So I just want again to congratulate all these honorees. I want to thank all of you for coming to APA headquarters. This was, for those of you who've been around here a while, this was the old Hokins. And when I took the job and I did my first all staff, and I said, well, when I take this job, they really asked me anything about that Adams good time for the war. But we called it the waterfront thing. Right. So if they had asked me, have you ever been to the waterfront, I'm like, I got this job. But in any event, we are here tonight to honor excellence and lifetime achievement. And if you have needs, we know you have food behind you. We have laboratories for men and women right outside the doors here. You need to get up, stretch, do whatever you need to do. We want you to be comfortable here. We want you to make yourself home here. Because today we were able to do for the first time with our honorees, to host a meeting of the Minds Roundtable. It is the first of its kind of all the honorees, all names ever called. The first time honorees ever sat down to talk about societies and our communities' biggest challenges, future of workplace, imposter syndrome, microaggressions, AI and its impact on our work, equity, health equity, all of those conversations which we could continue. But we're going to be working on a white paper. It will be the first white paper ever produced, where the contributions came from Presidential Lifetime Achievement awardees. So they put in work today, even though they were going to be celebrated. Let's give them some love for that. So now it is my great privilege to introduce the Executive Director the Premier Coalition Partners Association LLC, and herself, a 2021 U.S. Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, our queen, our champion, Dr. Beverly Thiel.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. First of all, I don't have papers. I speak from the heart. And I have studied all of your bios in your lives. And before I start, I want to let you know that they used to say, you know, are you a robot? Let's ask you some questions. So I'm going to share just a little something with you to let you know that I'm human. I'm the product of great parents and two phenomenal fathers and two great women. Every time I stand before you, and when I think about receiving these awards, I've received both. The President Obama Lifetime Achievement Award and the Joseph R. Biden Lifetime Achievement Award. Do I understand the assignment? Let me tell you why. My grandmother, her father told her at a certain age, you can't go to school anymore. My grandmother died at 106 months. There was a street named after her. She received the Congressional Medal of Honor with Dr. Dorothy Height, Ben Carson. It was given to her by Congressman Mel Watts. My grandmother's passion and belief in God caused her to trust God to teach her how to read. She read probably more novels than most. My grandmother, she would feed the students, exchange students, from Duke University, North Carolina Central University, North Carolina State, Shaw University. Everybody came by the Thiel household for a meal. Do I understand the assignment? My grandmother used to say, you need friends. You need the police officer, the judge, the lawyer, the doctor, the sanitation worker, everybody she mentioned. And I didn't understand that until later. She was talking about understanding community. She had a daughter, had 16 children. 16 children. And after having those 16 children, she decided she was going back to college, get her bachelor's and master's, and retire and be the first Black director of nursing at Duke University. Not only that, but through hard work, they sent all 16 children through a college door. So it wasn't just about John, we all sang. My mother was also a Joseph R. Biden Lifetime Achievement Award. She was a nursing professional, registered nurse, and she loved nursing and she loved teaching. My mother is 97 years old today, and I dedicate this to her. So, do I understand the assignment? Yes. And of course, you all know John. John didn't get the award because he could sing. We could all sing. John took 125,000 bottles of water to Flint, Michigan, adopted schools, and supported the lead crisis there, those who were in trouble. So all of my life, I have supported, and I understand the need for community and those that help others. And looking at all of your bios, you have made major, major accomplishments, from dentistry to the legal field. You did all types of positions. And Dr. Cliff Morris over here, I have a story to tell about him, but I won't tell it until later to the end, because we grew up together, but I got a story I'm going to tell him, Cliff. But after we talked about Raul Andrews, Attorney Raul Andrews and I talked about this program tonight, it was only befitting to honor a very special man. And one thing my family, parents taught us, and that is to honor those who paved the way. This is symbolic this evening because we are really honored to have all of you, but we are also honored to have Attorney Willie Gary Sr. in our midst. Who is this man? He is one of the greatest lawyers, I'm going to say, in the world. And so you ask me what can I say about him? There is so much to say about him. And as I was thinking, one of my cousins actually wrote me a text, sent me a text. And I hadn't looked at it, and I want to read it to you. And it's almost like when you ask God to give you something and the right thing to say about somebody, it came. So Attorney Gary, before you come and give us your words in your own way, I want to read this to you. And this showed me that God had a purpose for this day. Thanks so much for sending the digital copy of the Florida Giants and Legends book. I was extremely happy to see Willie Gary as the first featured Giant legend. When he arrived at Shaw University with no place to stay, wanting to try out for the football team, my dad was one of two people who helped him out. Found some place for him to stay temporarily, got him access to the football coaches. My dad, who was then Dean of Students, had also been an assistant football coach, in addition to his professional teaching role in French, so that he could try out for the team, which led to his scholarship. Willie always credited my dad with making his success possible. He spoke at his retirement ceremony and at his funeral. Every year after my dad's retirement, he flew my dad and mom to Florida for his law firm's big Christmas celebration weekend. Willie Gary is such a phenomenal human being. Yes. Attorney Gary, you are a phenomenal human being. Before we dive into these honors, we're going to ask you to just come and just briefly welcome everyone.
Hello. Good evening. Let's give Dr. Key a big As a matter of fact, when she made the comment about she didn't have to, well, she just, you don't know him, but I know him, and I know my people. You don't know your people. That's, in essence, what she was saying, but the thing about it is so true. She's a heavy hitter. There's no doubt about it. Just like her daddy was. What a man. When I came to Shaw University, Dr. Key got me in the show. I didn't have an application on file. I had been kicked out down at Thune-Cookman. I thought I could play football. I thought I could play football. But I was quick to learn that for them I wasn't good enough to make the team. So they sent me back, they sent me home. And my high school coach told me, he said, well, I know a fellow friend of mine that we worked together growing up. But anyway, he knew somebody at Shaw. And he said, if you want to, I said, I have nowhere to go. And I want to go to Shaw. I said, I'm tired of picking cotton, picking string beans and cutting sweet corn. I said, I just want a chance. no one, 11 kids in my family. I was the number 6. The first 6 didn't make it out of high school. But they did well working in the fields from sun up to sundown. But things would have it. I was the one that would make it or break it. I went to Bethune Cookman to make it story short. And I got cut from the football team. I never forget it, it was a Friday afternoon that I was told after practice that I wasn't invited back that Monday. I said, Coach, just let me be the water boy. I'll do whatever it takes, just give me a chance, because I want to be somebody. My mother finished 9th grade. My dad finished 2nd grade. The deck was stacked against me, but that's why I tell kids every day, you can be whatever you want to be, but somewhere in there you're going to have to refuse to be denied. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't be whatever it is that you want to be, but you have to want it real bad. I got on a Greyhound bus, never left home before. I didn't know where I was going, but I was going. I was told to go to Shaw. And Dr. Key was the first when I came in contact with. Make a long story short, but for him, I wouldn't have gotten in the show. I wouldn't be a lawyer. But I tell kids every day, dream big. Dream big. And don't let anybody stop you from dreaming big. And I want to take just a moment just to pause to introduce Geoff Sweeting, who's head of just about everything at the firm, really. Missing. But she's chief marketing, all about just all the stuff that it goes on to generate business to keep the firm going. She does it 3 or 4 times over. And I'm going to give her a hand. She's here tonight because she just wanted to make sure if you all don't get it in the press tomorrow, we will. Dr. Key, thank you for saying those generous things about me. As a matter of fact, you saying all those good things and it got good to me. I forgot I was supposed to have some comments to make. When she stopped, I wanted to tell her, well, you keep on talking to me. I want to introduce you to a lady. She's not here, but no matter where I am, I find a way to introduce her because I met her in the 2nd grade. That's right, I met my wife Gloria in the 2nd grade. She used to hate the sound of my name. Kim, she just couldn't stand the name Willie Garrett. But you know, I knew she was digging on me. As a matter of fact, she was in 4th grade. I was in 4th grade. Should have been in 10th grade. I was floating everywhere. But I'd like to give her the honor and the praise. Met her in the 2nd grade. And to this day, I don't stand up and introduce myself anywhere unless she's there in word or in person or whatever the case may be. You know, I know one thing. Whatever I am, I ever hope to be, it's because I've had a good woman standing by my side. Glory to God, Dr. Glory to God. And you know, let me just say I'm honored to be here tonight. I'm honored to receive this award, this recognition. You know, as you travel through life, you hope that somewhere, some way, somehow along the way, you help somebody to make a difference. Some young boy or girl. Challenge them. Be there for them. Make sure you preach it to them, that they can be whatever they want to be. But you have to want it real bad. You have to want it so bad you can taste it. But God is good. Can I get a witness again? So I'm honored that this great organization saw fit to place this recognition on the farm board. A farm board. I couldn't stand here all night, but I don't want to, like my daddy used to say, son, you can shut up, or you can wear out your weapon. So rather than take it all night, I'm gonna just take 2 hours. Let's give Dr. Key and this great organization a big hand. And as I close, let me just say this. No matter what you do, or how big you get, or what your titles are, don't forget the bridge that brought you over. A lot of us didn't make it, but we were fighting for you to make it. So as you receive this, as I received this award, I'm humble. I'm humble because I know that it just doesn't happen alone. Thank God we've been sick, well, not being considered, but I think, yeah, what's our movie day?
It's called The Burial. Yeah. He's very modest. I just want to take this moment to say a few words about my boss, my mentor, and my friend.
Keep it up.
You know, Attorney Willie Gary has come a long way. And when you have the opportunity to spend time with this man, sometimes he speaks about himself in third person. You'll say, well, Willie Gary wouldn't. Well, that's not a Willie Gary case. And what I want you to understand is when you came from a humble upbringing like he did, he came from nothing. And he had to build himself up to be someone that people could respect and that someone that people could admire and were willing to hire, because this was a time of segregation and racism to the fullest extent, Jim Crow era. What I'd like to share with you is that Amazon Studios is producing a movie on Attorney Willie Gary. The movie is called The Burial, and it's based on a landmark trial that took place in Mississippi about 27 years ago, when he represented a white funeral home owner who had generational funeral homes in their family, and they were being taken over by a Canadian company. Without giving the whole story away, Jamie Foxx is playing Attorney Willie Gary. Tommy Lee Jones is playing his client. Journey Smollett is playing the defense attorney. And I'm dropping a couple names so that you know that this is a star-studded cast. So this old country boy from the muck, which is what we call Belle Glade, Pahokee area in South Palm Beach area, he's come a long way, and he's representing us, and he's representing us well. And I'm just grateful that Dr. Key and Mr. Raul Andrews have chosen to honor Attorney Willie Gary, because I think it's important to give our legends their roses while they live. Nobody in this world is perfect, but I'll tell you what, sometimes when people pass away is when others want to stand up and then give praise or wish they would have, should have, could have said. And I think it's important for us to do that and love, on our legends while we're here, while they still live. So thank you. The movie, by the way, is coming out on October 13th on Prime Video. It was just featured at the Toronto Film Festival, and we're asking you all to go out and support it. It's a really great, inspiring, and triumphant movie. Thank you.
Let us support our young people. I almost didn't make it, but thank God for a lot of brothers and sisters that didn't go to elementary school. They came to my rescue, helped me raise the money, catch the Greyhound bus to Shaw University. And thank God Dr. Key was there. Let's give him a big hand. Big hand. Thank you. And thank you, Geoff, for those fine remarks. And but we'll still talk about your raise.
The time is now. It is now our opportunity to recognize our 2023 U.S. Presidential Lifetime Awardees. All of the candidates have been vetted. They are ready to receive their awards. And so what I would ask, Dr. Key, is that you give us the protocol that goes with the bestowal of these high honors. Dr. Key.
I, Dr. Beverly Key, am the Executive Director of Premier Coalition Partners Association, a Maryland-based certifying organization for the Presidential Volunteer Service Award Program. These honors are being delivered on behalf of the Points of Light, AmeriCorps, and the 46th President of the United States, President Joseph R. Biden Jr. and Vice President Kamala Harris. This award was established by the former President George W. Bush in order for citizens to be recognized who have made major differences within their communities and around the world. It is with great honor to inform you that you will be receiving the 2023 Joseph R. Biden Lifetime Achievement Award. This award will include the President Joseph R. Biden Lifetime Achievement Award, a presidential lapel pin, the Lifetime Presidential Gold Medallion. Silver medallions and bronze medallions are also given. You have been chosen to receive these awards. You will also receive a letter from the President of the United States. After several ceremonies in this nation, I realized that it is a must that we come together. So there was a thought process of meeting of the minds. Attorney Raul Andrews and I believe in that same sentiment. You will now join a list of great honorees. To name a few: Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton, former U.S. Surgeon General David Satcher, locally Dr. Willie Jolly, Ms. Zernona Clayton, Dr. Otis Moss Jr., Ms. Billy Aaron, Honorable Shirley Franklin, Dr. Dwayne T. Wade Sr., the Osley brothers, Mr. Johnny Gill, Dr. Hinox Tesfaye, the Reverend Lawrence Carter, Chancellor Johnson O. Akinlehe, and many, many more. Today, Your names are added to this list. They are as follow: Dr. Carl E. Anderson, Miss Denise Rollart Barnes, Miss Diane Bell McCoy, Dr. Melissa Clark, Robert F. Cooper, Esquire, Miss Wendy Dees, Miss Holly Drains, Mr. Daniel S. Flores, Willie Gary Sr., Esquire, Miss Yasmin Gay, Dr. Yasmin Gay, Dr. Lena L. Green, Kim M. Keenan, Esquire, Bridget Bailey Lipscomb, Esquire, Dr. Nicolette Luzant, Dr. Patricia McDougall, Manar Swellum Morales, Esquire, Dr. Clifford V. Morris, Colonel James E. Page, Dr. Marvette Thomas, Keith Waters, Esquire. Please note that due to our limited time, this is a prelude to the final ceremony that will be held on January 19th. Today, you will receive the Presidential Medallion, the Presidential Lapel Pin, and a letter from the President of the United States, in which I will read at this time. The American story depends not on any one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us. I congratulate you on taking it upon yourself to contribute to the public good, and I'm proud to present to you with the President's Lifetime Achievement Award in recognition of your hours of service to this great nation. Throughout our country's history, the American story has been strengthened by those who combine an optimism about what can be with the resilience to turn that vision into reality. I know I'm not alone in recognizing that those who are willing to step up and volunteer in service of community and country are essential to the ongoing work of forming our more perfect union. By sharing your time and passion, you're helping discover and deliver solutions to the challenges we face, solutions that we need now more than ever. We're living in a moment that calls for hope, light, and love. Hope for our futures, light to see our way forward, and love for one another. Through your service, you are providing all three. On behalf of the American people, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to you for your service, your leadership, and I encourage you to continue to answer the call to serve. The country is counting on you. Joseph R. Biden, Jr. At this time, Attorney Rao, we would like for you to, or Rachel, if you're here, to help us pass out the letters to all of the honorees. And let me just say this. We're going to bring Colonel James E. Page up first. We are going to bestow his medals, after which we will bring Attorney Gary up, and we will bestow his medals, and he will actually, since he will not be returning, we will bestow his Lifetime Achievement Award in your presence tonight. And then we will go with everybody else, and so we will go on like that. So now let's, Rachel, throw the blue folders. Yes, sir.
Video.
Oh, we have, I'm sorry, we have a short. Okay, okay. What, you want to give me one? Give me one. Okay, you wanted everybody on this front row will get that folder. Everybody on this front. Yes. Yes, front row. And everybody, yeah, second row. Correct, make sure everybody gets one. Dr. Carl E. Anderson, I see you back there. See, I know you. You're gonna come up. We want to, Dr. Gay, raise your hand. Dr. Gay, raise your hand. She gets one. Okay. Dr. Anderson. Okay. Okay. Dr. Cooper, Attorney Cooper. Okay. Waters. Strange, did you get one? Did you get one?
I'm representing Diane Bell.
Oh, Diane Bell McCoy. That's correct. Okay. Now, if we can have, I want to give everybody. If we can have Colonel Page, please come to the front. Colonel Page. Colonel Page, we thank you for your service to the United States of America. But we also thank you for your heart. You have just been phenomenal over the past 2 months that I've met you and talked with you. I understand why you are a leader. On behalf of the President of the United States, AmeriCorps, and the Points of Light, we salute you and thank you for our service to this nation. Would you please? Colonel Page, I am going to give you your lapel pin, and you always wear this on your left side, everyone, and this will always let them know that you are a member of one of the greatest organizations in the land. And we also want to give you something special. We want to give you this coin. This is a presidential coin for all of the hard work and service that you have given and the lives that you have trained in this country. We want to say thank you. Now, can we have Mr. Willie Gary escorted up here, please? Colonel Page, you're going to stay up here with us? I would like Dr. Thomasina Yearwood, and I'll explain why she's up here. Would you please come and stand over in this corner? And Dr. Alice Howard? Yes. Deborah, do you want to just come stand if you want to? I'll explain why I have these two phenomenal women up here. Dr. Thomasina Yearwood, raise your hand, is also a 2022 President Joseph R. Biden Lifetime Achievement and recipient. But she also is the president of the Thurgood Marshall Center Trust. How befitting it is for her to stand here and be a symbol of Thurgood Marshall as we present. And I did have the opportunity to present Miss Cecilia Marshall and the Thurgood Marshall Trust and Award. Dr. Alice Howard is our national advisor. We adopted her because she is one of the most phenomenal women in this country. And I want to thank her for helping me keep this program on point, if that is what you want to say. She has a phenomenal background, but we just want to say thank you, Dr. Howard. And please, as we stand, Attorney Andrews, will you put this lapel pin on Attorney here? Thank you. And the reason it's befitting for Attorney Andrews to do so, he is also the president of the Washington, D.C. Bar Association. Close enough. The Bar Association of D.C. No, get your sister right. The oldest bar in the District of Columbia. Now we will have Colonel Page I think it is befitting for you to bestow the gold medal around his neck. Colonel Page, would you please do so?
For the sake of conversation, we're both from North Carolina.
So am I. Can we please have Attorney Gary's Lifetime Achievement Award? Lifetime Achievement Award with grateful recognition, AmeriCorps and the Office of the President of the United States honors Willie Gary Sr. Esquire with the President's Lifetime Achievement Award for their lifelong commitment to building a stronger nation through volunteer service and service. Joseph R. Biden, President Joseph R. Biden Jr. 2023 Award. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's it.
I want some more pictures. I'm not ready to quit yet.
All right. Now, before we start, we're getting ready to go, guys. We're getting ready to get into it. I put these gloves on so that I won't scratch your medals. So I won't put my hands all over your medals. Before I start, my mom always taught me when you go somewhere and people are good to you, say thank you. Attorney Andrews, you did not receive the presidential coin. And I just want to say this is a symbol to say thank you for opening up your doors and being a Stella honoree. We thank you, and I look forward to the continuation of building our relationship and partnership. Thank you. Now we are getting ready. We're going to start off with, is Mr. Hugh Allen here? He's in wrap, okay. Dr. Carl E. Anderson. Is Miss Denise Rolock Barnes here? Okay. Miss Diane Bell McCoy is representative for. Thank you. Judge Bell. Thank you. Judge Bell, thank you for receiving this. For Ms. Bell McCoy. No, he's not ready. No, just take it. And we can just make sure he gets it. And we'll make sure that he gets the letter.
I got the letter.
You do get the letter? Were you? You also. Dr. Melissa Lark. Dr. Clark, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for all of that great information that you provided us in our roundtable today. And I just want to say thank you. You are a phenomenal woman. Thank you. Thank you. Here's your. Attorney Robert F. Cooper.
Congratulations, you do right.
Miss Wendy Dees. I love the way this is going. Miss Holly Drains. I'll tell you about this young lady right quick. Don't let her fool you. She was featured in Essence magazine as one of the top professional security agencies. She was Secret Service for the Obama detail. So, she's the one. Thank you, Miss Holly. Thank you. Mr. Daniel S. Flores.
No say. No say.
Dr. Yasmin Gay. I have a phenomenal story to tell about this one a little later. Let's get these. There you are. She's a sister of, what's that, NBA player, that Rudy Gay? Is that Utah? Utah, he was at Utah. Did a lot of great work in Baltimore. Lena L. Broom. Lena is a powerhouse.
She is.
Yes.
Is Harlem in the house?
And DST.
Phenomenal information today in our meeting of the minds. Thank you, Kim. Thank you.
I'm gonna take my picture with hair all in my
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bridget Bailey Lipscomb Esquire. Dr. Nicolette Louisant. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Patricia McDougall.
It's hard to know. I didn't get to see you. Come on. How'd you do?
Manar Swalem Morales, Esquire.
David, I'm coming over the time.
Dr. Cliff Morris, I'm going to say Rupa last. Dr. Marvette Thomas.
You don't wait for it. That's all we got to do right now.
Keith Waters, Esquire. I'm sorry. Oh,
Thank you, Lonnie.
Dr. Hugh Allen, Mr. Hugh Allen. Mr. Hugh Allen, this is special, and you tell your two sisters that Felicia Rashad and Debbie Allen, that you got a presidential medal. Thank you for all of the wonderful work that you're doing in Charlotte.
Thank you very much.
We just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you. And we want you at the meeting of the minds too. We thank you so very much.
Thank you.
And here, get your pen. Thank you. During these ceremonies, I always do something extraordinary for someone. Before I call Cliff Morris up, I would like to say to Rachel, will you please come up? I would like to say thank you for supporting us and being there for us. And I would like to present you with a presidential medal, silver medal. Everybody knows your name now, Rachel.
See the ball.
Okay. I would like for Miss Amy Porphyry to please come up. Miss Porphyry, I too am going to present you with a silver medal. You said no, you didn't want an award, but we're going to get you in January. So you're going to be on that list. And I want to say thank you for everything. Thank you. All right, Mr. Cliff Morris, will you please come up? I might get a little teary-eyed on this, if you'll understand. This young man here. First of all, growing up, you know, you always have those who are mentors. And my oldest sister had a best friend who was all of our teachers, and it was like our mother. She made sure that we did well in school. She was a motivator. His father was killed in the Cuban Missile Crisis. He was a pilot. His mother was left with 3 beautiful young babies, along with mother and a father that she had to take care of. She was an athlete, and I'll explain this later. She was an athlete, and she neglected her dreams and focused on her children. Her son became one of the top cardiologists in the United States. You're looking at him. His other sister became one of the top doctors of veterinary medicine. The other sister was the first ROTC pilot female at Tuskegee. So they were phenomenal kids. But his mother was just entered in finally into the North Carolina Hall of Fame. She was one of the first WNBA players that there was. Because of your mother, she had a great influence on education in our family. So what I'm going to do to you, I am going to take my medal and I'm going to put this on you. He decided not to play basketball with Michael Jordan. He went to the University of North Carolina. But if you look at his practice, he has helped so many patients drop the pill bottles in a big, see, I pay attention, a big can at the door. And he's just one of the best doctors in the world. I'm going to give this medal to your mother. I want you to wear this posthumously for your mother, because if she was alive, you know how to say thank you. I won't tell how they took us to the Minnehaha, what is that, in Edina, in, where are we at, Minnesota?
Minnesota.
And who told me I could go canoeing, and I knew about canoeing. And I fell in the river and in the ocean. Thank you, Cliff. Dr. Morris. Thank you. This concludes all of the presidents and honorees, but I would like for you to see the honorees that are right quick who are here. Dr. Ellis Howard, would you please stand? She's a 2022 honoree. Dr. Hanat Kutse, she's a 2022 honoree. Dr. Willie Jolly, he's a 2022 honoree. Dr. Thomasina Yearwood, she's a 2022 honoree. And before I announce the new, those who are going to be honored, will Miss Gay, will you please come up right quick? Yes, Yasmin Gay's mother. Your son and your daughter, before she took off and went to Connecticut on her new job, Dr. Yasmin Gay, you had a foundation, you still have a foundation in Baltimore that really helped young children in their plight of education. And I want to say, even though people don't sometimes mention it or say it, I want to say thank you for teaching your children to support and help others. And you tell Rudy that he's getting his in January. So we want to thank you to the, what is the name of the foundation? Flight 22 in Baltimore. We want to thank you for everything that you're doing. Now these are the new names, those that are here that received these medals tonight. You will be amongst this group to receive your Lifetime Achievement Award on January 19th at Zion Baptist Church in Northwest Washington, D.C. I will be giving you all the information and everything. Part 2 of the list are Charles Stevenson, Jackie Burrell, who is here. You can stand up, Jackie. I also have State Representative Rita Bowers, who's going to get hers in Atlanta. You can stand up, she's here. Derek Rutledge, who's not here. Louise West, Ron LeGrand, Bill Pettaway, Kathy Hughes, Sheila Johnson, Keenan Ellerby. Let's see who else we have. Charlia Smith, the Beautiful I Am Foundation, Ebony McMorris, Edwin A. Vance, Raymond Sidnor, Terry Evans, Eric Wade. Attorney Andrews have added these names: Captain Donald M. Remy, Jean Axis, Adele Prem, Courtney Lang, Cedric Wilson, would you please stand, who was with us today. Anna Maria Stewart, Ronald Andrews, Dr. Ronald Andrews, and Professor Emerita Janet Thompson Jackson, J.D., Amy Porphyry, and Leroy Jones, Jr. That's right. These are our honorees for 2020. On behalf of the 46th President of the United States of America, Joseph R. Biden Jr., Vice President Kamala Harris, AmeriCorps, and the Points of Light, you're now recipients of the 2023 Joseph R. Biden Lifetime Achievement Award. We're going to have a quick video and then reflections. And then we're almost done.
Give it to you first. This is a letter from our class to you, Dr. King. Okay, boy. Big day today, big room, big time, good time. All of those things that roll into one, and so God moves in mysterious ways, and God brought us together. And we decided that for the rest of our life, we'll continue to do good stuff together. But we've got a big deal to do. We're going to ask you to join that journey. So, sir, from the class of 2023, thank you. Hey, Ron, can I say something? Since I got the floor, my family is here. I want to acknowledge my family because it's important. I'm going to ask very quickly, take 30 seconds. But my kids, please stand up. I run a nonprofit in Alexandria, and one of the things we focus on is education. And my very best friend, Tony, please stand up, runs a foundation. It's called the Foundation for Advancement in Music and Education in Maryland. And we want to bring kids to learn music. And thank you for joining us, and you'll see her in January. Tony, thank you.
So now we'll have reflections on behalf of the class of 2023 by Dr. Green. She traveled the farthest to be here, and she spent the most time here combined. So Dr. Green is, in addition to being a renowned social worker and a mental health advocate, she is also a member of the APA International Scientific Program Committee. And so all of the continuing education that we do across the world with members in 100 countries, she sits on that steering committee. So Dr. Green, reflections for your class, and then we'll close.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Okay, so I work for a black church in Harlem, and so we're going to try that again. We like a little call and response, as my team knows from earlier. So good evening, everyone. Good evening. All right. So thank you so much to Royal Andrews and Dr. Beverly Key for the privilege of sharing a few words. I really do thank God for this opportunity, and I promise not to be before you all long. So as my 91-year-old grandmother, Janie Mae, reminds me all the time, you did not get here by yourself. Right. So we, the class of 2023, and those before us, did not get here alone. We stand on the shoulders of giants. Our families support us, our communities support us, and the work that we do collectively has had an impact tremendously, I dare say not just in this country, but across the globe. So congratulations again to my fellow honorees. It's really a blessing to stand alongside you for this prestigious award. I'd like to just acknowledge a few folks in the room. So first, starting with my family, my sister Marshall and my aunt Pam. Just give a little wave. My team and my colleagues that came down to celebrate with me, they walk alongside me 7 days a week to move the work forward. So Robin, Darnell, Amber, and then two folks who are not here, my boss, Pastor Michael A. Walgren, and my colleague, Dr. Sidney Hankerson, who just, we move arm in arm everywhere we go. And of course, certainly last but not least, my sorors and Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. All right. So I just want to leave you with 3 quick words that we share in our house at First Corinthian Baptist Church, and that is that we live, we love, and we serve. So live. We are all incredibly grateful for the opportunity to live out loud and lean into the work that we do with our passion and our purpose every single day. To live in service is to remain committed to the needs of others, which is not always easy in this work that we do. Love is our motivation for this work. We do our best to love people regardless of their social locations. And if we can lead with love in our service, then we can treat the needs of the people we serve as holy and value those that we have the privilege of working with every single day. Serve. Well, that's why we're here, right? Because we are serving our communities in various ways. So I encourage all of us, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, to take action in some way, shape, or form, to really move forward in the things that you care about, in the population or the people that you serve. And remember that no act of service is too small. I want to also encourage you to pass down your wisdom and your skills to others through your mentorship. Please don't keep it to yourself. Lean over and tell somebody, please don't keep it to yourself. Your gifts and your talents are not just for you. Right? They belong to all of the folks that you come into contact with on any given day, and you are not alone. So remember that someone can be transformed because your skills and your knowledge has touched their life in some way, shape, or form. And someone's life has been changed and will continue to be changed on the other side of your yes. So remember to live, to love, and to serve. Congratulations and God bless you.
Everything that's been said that needs to be said has been said. I want to congratulate once again the class of 2023, our honorees. Want to thank my team, Amy Porphyry, Don Phillips, Rachel Gearhart, who have worked tirelessly over the last 60 days to make this experience a rich one for you. And that's an all-day experience, not just a couple of hours. I want to thank Sheriff Sean Casey, good friend, and a member of our Mental Health Coalition of Virginia. He's a sheriff that gets it because we talk about public safety all the time. And if we don't have conversation, we're not going to get a different outcome. So I want to thank the families that have come, because nobody who's ever worn one of these was allowed to wear one of these if they did not only have family nudge, but they had family support, because it's something you're supposed to do in service of community that gets in the way of something that you're supposed to do in service to family. So let's give all the family and friends. And Dr. Key, there's not enough time or words to thank you for all you have done for all of us. But I do want to say one thing as we close. You talked a little bit about understanding the assignment. And if I've learned anything before and since I got my medal, it's not just understanding the assignment. You're not going to get one of these medals if you don't accept the assignment, because everybody understands the assignment. But then it's, oh, you know, Texas party is tonight. I got a Greek show to go to. It's homecoming. It's birthdays. It's games. It's graduations. So we understand the assignment, but very few don't actually accept the assignment. That's what these honorees have done with every year they're in. And when you come in, that's why you were let in. So we still have some libations left. Still got a little time. We're not going to run you out of here. But I know some of you do have other places where you need to be. So for those of you who can stay for a class picture, please stay. For those of you who can't, travel mercies to you and enjoy a happy, healthy, and safe weekend and the rest of the year. God bless.